Libra, welcome. Madame will see you now. So, Libra, we're gonna have a reading here. And it is roughly for a week. It doesn't matter when you watch this video. It's for about a week, about stuff that's going on now or will be going on in a week's time, something like that. I'll be showing you here some pictures and saying some words about these pictures, and these words and pictures will make up stories. And I'll be telling you the stories the only way I know how to tell stories, and you will be listening and understanding the stories the only way you know how to listen and understand the stories. And it doesn't mean that you will be understanding them in exactly the same way I was intending them to be understood, because we are all humans with different experiences, which is perfectly normal. At this point, I would like to remind you that it is scientifically not possible to predict future with a piece of paper. It's not why we are here for. What we're here for, we're here because these pieces of paper with pictures on them can influence your imagination, can trigger some thought processes or associations in your mind, and this is what shapes the way you perceive your reality. It works like this. You see here something and you like it and you want it to be part of your life. And you say, yes, that's my story, and it becomes part of your reality. Or you can see here something that you do not like and don't want to be part of your reality. And you don't need to do anything. You just have to forget all about it. You have to ignore all thoughts about it, and it will disappear into nothingness. This is how it works. If you want to say thank you for the reading, you can hit the like button, you can subscribe to the channel, you can recommend the video or the channel, share it with somebody. You can buy me a coffee, there's a link in the description below. If you don't feel like any of those but still want to say thank you, you can just go out and do something good in the world. Make somebody smile, make somebody happy, help somebody, do some good, make this world a better place. This is a perfectly acceptable way of expressing gratitude for me, and I'm totally happy with it. If you have something negative that you would like to get off your chest, there's a dislike button, feel free to click it and let it out. Alright, let us have a look what we have here, Libra. Now, to the sea. We have the Sun in the reverse, we have the Five of Cups in the upright, we have the Hierophant, the Key, and Bear. Okay, you disagree with the system here. The system is making you unhappy. And by system, I mean all things that you can think of being a system. It may be, I don't know, the society you live in, like the norms of the society that you live in. It might be the corporate policy of the company where you're working that you disagree with. It might be the laws of the country you live in. So it makes you unhappy. Makes you unhappy. There's a lots of flies in this ointment, and you don't like it, and you go away from it. You leave the job. You leave the country. You leave the society. I don't see you fighting, even though you have the means, the strength to oppose the system. But you decide to not do it. You decide to remove yourself from the situation. Yes. Maybe we'll find out more with a different group here. Let's see, we have Blessed. We have the Seven of Pentacles in the reverse, the Hierophant again, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, the Sun, and the Clouds. Okay, so it really, I mean, it can be a work situation, or it actually might be a situation with you living in the country, or at least the area where you live, where you feel unhappy because of what's going on there. And you are happy to have the means of doing it. You're blessed with the possibility of not. So let's say it's about a job that makes you unhappy. You have the means to see that the way to best deal with this situation for you is to leave the job, not invest your time, not invest your knowledge, not invest your energy into this status quo, not work on it, just go. And you realize how lucky you are to be able to do it. If, say, we live in a crazy world, you live somewhere where you don't feel comfortable, you realize you don't have to spend your life there, you don't have to pay your taxes to the government you don't agree with, you don't have to do whatever, you don't have to comply with the rules, you can just leave it all behind. And yes, you're lucky to be able to do it. Reason why? Because I mean, normally it doesn't need to be spelled out, because normally people realize it. I think maybe here you don't realize how lucky you are to have this possibility. Maybe it's already happened. Maybe it's already happened and you don't realize how lucky you were to be able to have left this environment, or maybe it's starting to dawn on you how lucky you were. We have, to be fair, the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse, Eight of Swords in the reverse, the Ship, and the Flowers. It's all over again. It saved you a lot of stress, a lot of nightmares, a lot of insecurities, a lot of mental health issues that you could have had. It might not be to me it really looks like you finally starting to understand how lucky you were and just reassessing the situation. I don't know why it's just like, repeating one and the same message again. I don't know, maybe we'll see it later, but to me it really looks like maybe you weren't showing appreciation enough to maybe there were people who weren't as lucky or as blessed or as lucky as you to escape, and you never actually realized until recently what it is that you escaped, what this bullet is that you dodged. And now it starts dawning on you that not only like your peace of mind, but maybe also your physical well-being, or maybe even your mentality. Maybe, if you work in a toxic environment, let's stick with the job for a second. If you work somewhere where the environment is toxic, you start being toxic after a while. If you live in a community where things are being run in a certain way, you start being the system after a while. So I think now is the time for you to realize that the way you are today, the way you are now, is only thanks to having escaped this structure, this system. Let's see. Maybe I'm missing here something. We'll see. Breathe. King of Wands in the reverse, Justice in the reverse, Ace of Cups, the Owls, and the House. All right. It's kind of starts getting to you, I believe. It's maybe now that you it might be that you now have somebody like your own family that you care about, and now that you have something to lose, you understand how much injustice is going on, and it gets to you in a way that you start getting, well, not panic attacks, but you know, nowadays there are quite a lot of people who watch the news or read the news, and then the mood is spoiled for the rest of the day. So it's kind of like this, that now that I think maybe you were living your protected life for a long time, and now that you have someone else to care about, a family, now you start being concerned about the world around, the place that you're going to live for your kids maybe. And you start being concerned to the extent that you need to breathe through it. TikTok, the Hanged Man, the Seven of Pentacles, Ten of Pentacles, the Kid, and the Book. Yes, definitely you're starting to, I think you were like living in a bubble for a long period of time, I believe. You were living in a bubble where you thought everything is okay, and now you looked at the world around you and you realized that a lot of things are not okay, and you feel like you have limited amount of time to fix things. And you start investing your time, money, everything that you can into making the world better, because I see really a paradigm shift. I see here like a very dramatic change in your worldview. And I see you reading up on stuff. I see you seeking information and seeking truth out there and trying to influence things. Be it environment, be it politics. Oh my god, I never had a reading like this. Observer, Queen of Wands, King of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, the Dog, and the Scythe. I have this repeating pairs of the Normand from one reading to another. And this card, that they came together. I think it was for Leo. So I think you find kindred souls there to help you with your work to change the world. And I think that you are in a position, you decide then to and this is a okay, now I got it. Sorry, I nearly got it wrong. I don't know what's going on today. So what I see here is that you really want to make an investment into some sort of a cause. Like either invest a large sum of money into some charity, I don't know, or make another sort of investment, maybe really like raise some money, start a fundraiser or something. But you are not sure, and for a good reason, where to put your money, where you can be sure that it will go where you want it to go. So you will be and your kindred spirit, your friends, your allies. You will be researching and collecting information and finding and observing the situation for a while before you move and make this investment. Because yeah, I mean, there are a lot of stuff nowadays where you can contribute and then to discover that it went to not the places where it should have gone. No place like home. Page of Cups, the Lovers, the Lovers in the reverse, the Bouquet, and the Cross. I think your home life might be suffering a little bit of it. I mean, you started it all because of home, because you wanted to protect what's dear to you. You wanted to protect your family. You wanted to create a safe world, a good place for your family to live in future. But I think maybe at some point you got so involved into working on it that you forgot where it all started and you neglected your family. So it will be the time where you also, and I don't feel it like happening in a week. I think this week is like starting this process here as this, but this is one of the possible consequences of it. And one of the possible consequences is that you get so involved with this new passion of yours of saving the world that you might forget where it all started and what you're doing it for in the first place. So you will be there extending an olive branch back to your family, people who are dear to you, and spending more time at home, or at least trying to make them understand why you're doing what you're doing. So yeah, Libra, I never had a reading like that, but I see you here being a part of the system for a while, realizing not being happy, realizing how lucky you are maybe to have survived in this system, or maybe being able to have escaped this system. And it slowly gets to you. I think it's the time where you start realizing what might have happened to you. And then you realize that to protect what you have now, you have to do something to change the world. And you have like it will be like a real change in your worldview, to the point where people around you will be saying that you changed a lot. It will be your new passion. You will be investing a lot of money, a lot of work into it. You will also have people, like-minded people, kindred souls, with whom you will be working. I think you will be starting some sort of fundraisers, funds, I don't know, something like that, where you will have to be careful where to put this money. And good advice, and maybe there's something that you already know that you will be doing, is to observe first and act then after that. A word of caution is that while you're being all passionate and invested into this, you might at least give the impression to the people around you that you forget about them. They might feel neglected. You might start forgetting that you're doing it in the first place, or you started it all because you wanted to protect them in the first place. So at some point you'll need to communicate to them that this is why you're doing it, and you love them and you care about them, and you might want to spend a little bit more time with them now and then. So yeah, Libra, good luck. And yeah, Madame will see you again.